I've got a very specific image in my head, and that is to capture a flock of geese actually flying out of the mist at sunrise. Just before 6 o'clock now, 6 in the morning. I can hear geese, you can probably hear them too. Okay, so I've actually got two problems. Geese are here, I'm in the right place, made the right decision. One is that there's just a load of cloud. So like 270 degrees of the sky is almost completely clear, and then the one place where the sun's going to come up is cloud. See, look at that sky, and the moon's up there somewhere, but but as well as that, there's hardly any mist at all. It's not what I'm after. But as I keep telling myself, and making videos, it's about the journey. So don't stress, try and enjoy the journey, right? Oh my god, I don't believe that. I don't know if any of those shots are okay. So I was taking the shots and then I caught a glimpse of the ISO, and it said ISO 400, and I thought that's a bit odd. And somehow I've knocked the ISO off auto. So it's meant to be on ISO auto, which I'm sure I set last night, because I try and set the settings the night before I go out. And no, it's on ISO 400, so the shutter speed is like really, really slow. So considering I've made a complete cock up of that, it's actually surprisingly sharp. 1/200th of a second, so yes, that could be like a motion blur type shot, but it's actually pretty sharp, like the whole bird and the wings are quite sharp as well. Yeah, so quite frustrating this morning, just didn't get the conditions I was after. I'll do this again tomorrow, keep trying. So I'm really not feeling very confident today, and that is because my drive here, I didn't see any mist, like zero mist. I don't think there's any mist. There's hardly anything. So you might be able to see, there's like a thin layer basically, more out in the middle. There's like a thin layer of mist over the water, but that is it. So what you shouldn't do is probably moan and complain like I tend to do. And look, we've got a bit of mist, we've got some geese out here on the water. That bright red sun is just coming up as we speak. Just got to try and get some shots. It kind of looks like it's moving across a little bit, the mist. Kind of looks like it's moving across from left to right in front of me, so there's a little bit more in front of the sun. It's quite amazing how much the sun actually changes. So when I first saw that shot and the sun was just rising, I was pretty much shooting directly towards it. But now it's so much brighter. It's probably only about 50 minutes later. It's so much brighter, and if you shoot towards it, I find it just like it's too bright. It's almost too much contrast. So what I'm doing now is actually just changing my angle a bit. So I'm literally just moving slightly to one side of the sun. You still get the colour, you still get that mist, but I think it's nicer, just a bit softer, a bit more subtle, but very orange this morning. So again, I didn't get the shots I was after, but like some of the atmosphere this morning was just absolutely spot on, and some of the shots I really like actually. I think the vertical ones of the geese, the mist and the sun. So I mean, it's a good morning. Really shouldn't complain. But I'm not gonna say failure, because it's not a failure, but not getting the pictures I wanted, not getting the conditions, not the right situation. So another morning tomorrow. I'm actually quite excited about this morning, because driving up, the mist over the fields on the way was absolutely perfect. And the difference today, the last 2 days, has always been a bit of cloud around the horizon near the sun, and today it's completely clear. This is unbelievable. How is this even possible? So I decided to change tack to come to a slightly different spot, based on the direction that the geese are going. And I've got down here and there's hardly any mist. There's mist again further out into the middle. There's mist over this way. If I want to make a picture, I think I've got to go over there. There's a lot of geese there. There must be like a couple of hundred. Now I've had to change my position. It's really difficult, but there's a nice image there, kind of looking across. There's a bit of a layered effect of that mist at the top in the background. I think basically I'm just going to wait for them to take off, and hopefully the sun's going to break. That's what I'm really after. When that sun breaks and comes through and just adds some colour to that mist, that's what's going to make the shot. But I have to be really careful, because they're really close to the edge. They're right by me almost. If I spook them, it's going to put them up prematurely, so I don't want to do that. That mist has completely changed now, so it was reasonably thin. Now it's kind of moving across, as it sometimes does as the morning progresses, and it's got really thick. At the moment I can barely see a goose through the mist. There's very little for the camera to focus on. The camera is barely focusing at all, so I've actually switched to one-shot focus, and yes, I might even be trying to get flight shots, but whatever you need. It's a bit bright, isn't it? God, yeah, what happened there? All sorts of stuff, really. Just so frustrating. But you see, like, the mist has cleared so much now. Oh. that is the last of the geese pretty much. That was just complete and utter mayhem, as it often is with the geese and when the conditions are like that. The geese taking off everywhere, all directions, all angles. And I kind of feel like I made the wrong decision. But you make a decision and then you just have to do the best with it. I think I've got a few shots in there that are okay. Like there's a few flybys when it came towards me that aren't too bad. Conditions look pretty decent, but again, it's just not the shot. Not the exact shots that I've envisaged. So I know what I'm going to do next time. Where I was going to stop originally this morning, I'm going to stay there. Whatever the conditions, I'm going to stay there and wait it out. Now, I actually did a lot more sessions than in this video, and my first proper attempt was actually on the opposite side of the reserve, and conditions that morning were just absolutely glorious. Beautiful colour from the mixture of the sunrise and the mist, but very few geese actually flew my way, or they flew too high, and I just didn't really get many good photo opportunities. For my visit on the 13th of September, I was greeted by zero mist, absolutely nothing at all. I tried to make the most of my time by going for some motion blur shots, using a slower shutter speed to try and record the movement, using that really nice colour from the weak sun that was just coming up. And I was lucky enough to have a number of attempts at takeoffs with small flocks of geese that took off at very close quarters. They're going to come up. Wow, that was amazing. I don't know how much you got of that on camera. He just exploded, that's what was after, just exploded up from the water. This is just like all about angles. If you play snooker, you might be good at this. So many of those geese have gone, so many of those geese have now left the building. And as of making this video, my last attempt here was probably the worst yet. It was just really, really bad. But I did see an absolutely beautiful sunrise. I think the message in this video really is just how difficult it can be to get the combination of elements to come together to give you the perfect conditions for that image that you've visualised. I'll keep trying. And if you're interested in the photography guides, downloadable photography guides, which you can download to your phone and print out as well, ideal for beginners to intermediates, then check out the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in another video sometime soon. Right, another early morning. My mini little tripod, cheap light tripod I sometimes use for vlogging, the leg's fallen off. Ho ho!